Thank you for watching the news on Times TV with me, Jawez Banda. But first, the headlines. Parliament shortlists 5 candidates from a total of 11 for the position of Ombudsman. Malawi's donors in the health sector ask government to craft a clear exit strategy for donor-funded health systems. And a recent study from the National Statistical Office reveals that 87% of Malawians cannot afford a visit to local tourist destinations. We have these and other stories. Please stay tuned. Parliament has shortlisted 5 names from a total of 11 for the position of Ombudsman. Interviews will be conducted from 11 to 12 August, according to the Public Appointments Committee of Parliament. The position fell vacant 3 months ago after Martha Chizuma was appointed Director General for the Anti-Corruption Bureau. Matthews Kasanda has the details.
The 5 are Tadala Chinkwezule, Wellington Kazembe, Grace Malela, Gloria Namondwe and Yamikani Kambawa. Public Appointments Committee of Parliament Chairperson Joyce Chitsulo has told Times that the names have been sent to Malawi Law Society for vetting. Malawi Law Society President Patrick Mpaka says by Wednesday this week the society had not received the list of the names. Mpaka, however, says he hopes that the list is in transit.
Malawi's donors in the health sector have asked government to craft a clear exit strategy for donor-funded health systems. Members of the Health Donor Group said this in Lilongwe on Wednesday when they appeared before the Health Committee of Parliament. Wezi Gausi has a report.
Currently in Malawi, 75% of health budget is donor-funded, with Capitol Hill contributing a mere 9.5%, which is way below the minimum 15% set by the Abuja Declarations, which Malawi is a signatory to. Health Donor Group Chairperson Tedra Damte, who is also Deputy Country Resident for United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, says it is high time the country starts planning on how to be independent in health financing.
Looking forward, in the coming 10 years, 20 years, how is Malawi planning to exit from external financial assistance? It's really very much important to look from now, so the country is also prepared to sustain the gain and the results that has already begun in the country.
Chief of Health Services in the Ministry of Health, Queen Due, says the ministry is well prepared to be fully independent in terms of finances. Health Committee of Parliament Chairperson Matthews Ngwale says as it stands, Malawi cannot manage to reach 15% health financing.
But this country can only provide what it can provide. It is about how much you sell. That will produce how much you buy. This country needs to start thinking seriously about how much it sells. It doesn't sell much at the moment. It was selling tobacco. The tobacco industry has died.
Meanwhile, the Health Committee says the country still needs donor support to run the activities.
Vice President Saulos Chilima has visited all SADC summit hotspots in Lilongwe. Chilima said he is impressed with the preparations for the forthcoming for the first summit after visiting the hotspots on Wednesday. The summit is expected to start on Monday next week. We have a report by Rebecca Chimjeka, which is read by Yamikani Kachaje.
According to Chilima, he was impressed with the progress on the preparations and that they are scheduled to complete within the next 48 hours. He said the summit is a great opportunity for the country to market itself to the world. He commended the Malawi SADC Committee, chaired by Foreign Affairs Minister Eisenhower Mkaka, for the presentations.
There is very good progress. I would say that on a scale of 1 to 10, we are at 9.2. The airport is almost done. The road, I think, very minor works left. We need to do some painting, especially on the road, this Capital Hotel road that connects to Chayamba. And I think when they finish off this, I would say that in the next 48 hours, we'll probably be at 99%. And we would hope that beyond this, we maintain the standards. As the President said, yes, we are cleaning because we have SADC, the summit, but beyond the summit, let's make sure that these are the bare minimum standards we must have in the capital city.
Chilima has also asked the Lilongwe City Council to maintain the standards beyond the summit. On Tuesday, Chilima met members of the Ministerial Committee on SADC to appreciate the status of Malawi's preparedness. Accountant General Jean Mwenyembe says prudent public finance management is key to ensuring that Malawi makes the most of the little financial resources it has. Mwenyembe was speaking at Mponela Indoor at the start of a training workshop for accounting officials in government organized in conjunction with the Malawi Institute of Management. We have a report.
According to Mwenyembe, an analysis of various audit reports by government revealed some common problems that needed to be addressed.
We have the Public Finance Management Act, and then we also have the desk instructions, the treasury instructions, which actually guide us in the way we have to make these payments. And those are the financial rules and regulations, apart from the circulars, which are also issued time from time. Now, with the various changes which are happening in government, sometimes there are those lapses where people tend to forget what they are supposed to do. So these refresher courses usually try to remind the accountants or the officers on what is supposed to happen.
Malawi Institute of Management Acting Executive Director Samson Skero said the training will help the accountants working in government to address some of the challenges observed in the audit reports.
We were privy to the audit reports. We sat down with the Department of Accountant General, analyzed the issues that have been recurring in the reports, and as a result of that, we've designed a number of modules that will really help us to eradicate such kind of audit queries in the government. Some of the modules that we have designed to do with the public procurement, stores management, issues of professionalism, ethics and integrity, issues of financial reporting, issues of public finance management legal framework, amongst others.
The workshop has attracted accounting officials from various ministries, departments and agencies.
Secretary for Health, Charles Masambo, says there has been rapid expansion of access to TB diagnosis and treatment services over the past 5 years through the support of the Global Fund and other partners. Masambo says such support has enabled over 9,000 children to be treated for tuberculosis from 2015 to 2020 in the country. Patience Lunda has the details in this report.
Global Fund has been pivotal in the eradication of epidemics of HIV and AIDS, TB and malaria in Malawi, and records show that since 2003, Malawi has received 1.3 trillion from the fund. Masambo said since 2015, the TB registration sites have increased from 302 to 417, a situation which has proved vital for improved treatment success rates in the country. Currently, the TB-related mortality and morbidity have reduced by 46% and 26% in 2020 respectively, compared to the 2015 baseline, surpassing the global end TB milestones for 2020. According to the ministry, there has also been high achievement in TB and HIV collaborative indicators, such as reduced co-infection rate by 20% from 64% in 2015 to 44% in 2020. Human rights activist Maziko Matemba observed that the fight against several diseases can be won if Malawians develop health-seeking behavior.
People need to get used to have sick treatment early, but also to have a health-seeking behavior at any given point. Because if people they don't have health-seeking behavior, then it's becoming challenging because people need to go to a facility and be able to check whether they've got TB or not, even malaria, even HIV.
This far, Malawi has managed to treat over 100,000 TB cases, including 610 multi-drug resistant TB cases, through support from stakeholders such as the Global Fund. The efforts by the government are aimed at meeting Sustainable Development Goal number 3, which seeks to end epidemics of HIV and AIDS, TB, malaria, neglected tropical diseases, and combat hepatitis, waterborne diseases, and other communicable diseases by 2030.
A recent study from the National Statistical Office on domestic and outbound tourism has revealed that 87% of Malawians face financial constraints to visit tourist destinations in the country. The survey was launched on Wednesday in Blantyre by National Statistical Office and handed over to the Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Culture. Justin Nkweu files this report.
According to the survey at national level, 64.1% of households expressed willingness to spend on tourism activities, while 5% said they were not interested. Speaking at the launch, NSO Commissioner of Statistics, Mercy Kanyuka, said efforts need to be made to excite the percentage which is not interested and make tourism sites affordable for those who cannot manage.
There are areas where the interventions can be made to ensure that there's a lot of publicity about tourist attractions. 87% said they are constrained financially. That's why they cannot travel.
The survey was conducted across all the districts in the country in 2019, and among other findings, water bodies are the most desired tourist destination places, while cultural heritage sites are the least. It further discloses that Mangochi is the most desired district for local tourists, while Neno is the least desired district. Minister of Tourism, Wildlife and Culture Michael Usi said different strategies have been put in place to publicize tourism destination places and increase competition to make them affordable.
We are in a liberal market. We cannot go and force them to reduce, but we'll engage them and look at the cost-effect benefits of having high prices in the tourism industry. And another thing is, when we have more and more players coming into the tourism industry, it will fish out that supply-demand dynamics.
Malawi has many tourism sites such as water bodies, cultural heritage sites, mountains, game reserves, and national parks.
You're watching the evening bulletin here on Times Television. We'll be back with more after this short break.
To achieve great things in life, you must do little things every day, like the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate. 1, wake up. 2, brush up. 3, smile through your day with a fresh breath and strong tea. Smile through your day with a fresh breath and strong tea. Do the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate and give yourself a future to smile about.
Why is Mzuzu Academy the perfect fit for you? Let me show you. Our school is located in the outskirts of Mzuzu City, Louis, which means 2 things: security and 0 distraction. With a ratio of 25 students to 1 teacher, including a teaching assistant, you can bet that we get only the best.
Welcome back to the news. Member of Parliament for Neno South constituency, Mark Katsonga Piri, has donated wheelchairs to children with disabilities in the district to ease their mobility challenges to school. Speaking at the event, Katsonga Piri said a huge number of children with disabilities have dropped out of school, especially during this time of the COVID pandemic. We have more in this report by Llewellyn Impasa, read in our studios by Elvis Hoahoa.
Katsonga said children with disabilities are disproportionately vulnerable to violence and their needs have been neglected for far too long. Speaking at the function, Katsonga said stigma, discrimination and lack of information about disability are factors that put children with disabilities at increased risks of violence.
Disability is not inability. If we can assist these people as a nation, some of them can rise to be general managers in companies, to be talented singers, to even rise to the presidential level. That's why I made it my mission that I will make sure that all those physically challenged people in my constituency are assisted, they are exploiting their talents, they are able to go to school, they are able to exploit their different skills.
Child Protection Officer of Ligowe Social Welfare Sub-Office Matthias Latibu said children with disabilities face significant barriers to the enjoyment of their human rights as they are often excluded from society and are also denied access to basic services such as health care and education.
You know, we have a lot of children with disabilities in our communities, so we are facing a lot of challenges. One of the challenges is mobility, so which this donation will help them to encounter the mobility problem.
One of the beneficiaries, Malita Sylvester, a 20-year-old Standard 8 student from GDD Primary School, said she's happy receiving the wheelchair for easy mobility.
I am grateful for receiving this wheelchair today. It will help me with easy mobility to interact with my friends and help me go to school with ease.
Katsonga presented the donation as part of his 70th birthday celebration that took place at Traditional Authority Mlauli's headquarters in Neno District.
The visiting United Kingdom Minister of Energy, Anne-Marie Trevelyan, has expressed satisfaction with a climate change adaptation program being implemented in Balaka District. Trevelyan, who is also international champion for adaptation and resilience, made the remarks when she visited the sites where World Food Programme through Find Your Feet is supporting people in their activities such as irrigation farming. We have this.
It's been an absolute pleasure to be able to visit the whole area here, to see the whole watershed programme that's been going on, to understand from the top of the hill where the water falls and where the problems were with flash floods, the control that has been built in there by changing the landscape and bringing the water table therefore to a better state, so that here, surrounded amongst us, we're in this extraordinary Garden of Eden where farmers are able to have a second crop, not only the main crop of the year, but a second crop with all sorts of vegetables, both good for their trading opportunities and indeed to improve the nutrition of their families. So it's been a really exciting visit for me to see for myself.
And the communities are benefiting through a project called Prosper under the UK's Building Resilience and Adaptation Climate Change Programme. Meanwhile, Country Director for World Food Programme Malawi, Paul Tanbu, said the programme is helping people of the surrounding areas.
Yes, this is a very interesting project, and it's partly because it's got a community aspect as well as a household development aspect. So this really starts at the top of the watershed, where measures are made to rehabilitate the land that was once forested, to improve the way that the water runs into the soil and protects the soil and keeps the water as well. So that contributes to the watershed, contributing to the village having the ability to grow vegetables and other crops, so they can have a much more diversified agricultural production system.
Wolves Volleyball Club has received a donation of sports kit from one of the country's seed producers, Sidco. Sidco Managing Director Boyd Luwe presented the donation in Lilongwe on Tuesday. Ellen Pindani has compiled this report, read by Blessings Mpinganjira.
Sidco Managing Director Boyd Luwe said his company has decided to support the volleyball team because volleyball is usually ignored. He commended the Wolves for supporting young people.
Sidco Malawi, we take pride in partnering with Wolves volleyball team. Wolves volleyball team came with a request to Sidco for a sponsorship for jerseys. When we looked at their request, we saw that this team is contributing a lot to the development of sport in Malawi. Apart from doing sports, they are also mentoring young people to be responsible citizens. As you've seen, the team is a mixture of students and professionals.
Wolves Volleyball Club President Robert Nazitwele thanked Sidco for the support.
It means a great deal to us as a volleyball club, and it will continue to inspire and motivate us as a team to do well on the court. And we are really excited that we are receiving this donation today, because this weekend we are participating in an invitational tournament, international tournament involving teams from Malawi, Tanzania and Zambia in Mzuzu.
The Wolves are expected to participate in international tournament in Mzuzu during the weekend.
Well, that's the news for now, but before we go, a recap of the headlines. Parliament shortlists 5 candidates from a total of 11 for the position of Ombudsman. Malawi's donors in the health sector ask government to craft a clear exit strategy for donor-funded health systems. And a recent study from the National Statistical Office reveals that 87% of Malawians cannot afford a visit to local tourist destinations. Remember, you can get more on these and other stories by visiting our website www.times.mw, liking our Facebook page Times360 Malawi, and following us on Twitter at Times360 Malawi. Remember to wash your hands regularly, observe social and physical distance, and mask up. Please stay safe. You have been with me, Jawez Banda. Have a lovely night.
Mona Malawi anzanga. Nkhondo yogonjetsa COVID-19 ndi ya wina aliyense. Tili limodzi.